The following is an Investor Brand Network audio production via our audio press release solutions. As a multifaceted financial news and publishing company, Investor Brand Network utilizes its network of more than 5,000 distribution partners as well as other corporate communication tools to introduce public and private companies to a wide audience of investors, consumers, journalists, and the general public. Investor Brand Network's platform connects the investment community with companies that have great potential and a strong dedication to building shareholder value. The following audio press release may feature a client partner of Investor Brand Network. Investor Brand Network may have been compensated for the production of this audio production. Please be sure to read our entire disclaimer for full disclosure.
Welcome to Network Newswire editorial coverage titled Third-Party Cookies Are Toast. First-party data in demand as consumers clamour for privacy. The concept of big data has been around for decades, but only took on its current form in the 21st century, with computers running 24/7 processing mounds of user data to better understand and predict trends. However, consumers have grown tired of their harvested data exploitation, and winds of change are blowing in new modalities that cater to security and privacy. Nothing is more representative of the ongoing shift than Apple's recent operating system changes that feature one of the world's few welcome pop-ups, one that asks if it's okay to track your activity. Welcome to the age of small and wide data. Companies are already looking to next-generation technology to meet this new demand, including that of Streamlytics, which doesn't use cookies or tracking in its human-led data. The mix of consumer and regulatory blowback has all the majors including Palantir Technologies Inc., Class A, PLTR, Snowflake Inc., Class A, SNOW, Oracle Corporation, ORCL, Salesforce.com Inc., CRM, and Microsoft Corporation, MSFT, dedicated to advanced functionality to meet or surpass obligations for privacy, governance, and compliance associated with collecting and using personal information. Gartner predicts 70% of organizations will switch to small and wide data by 2025. Streamlytics is leading a new category of data company called community-driven data. Streamlytics is the largest first-party data provider of African American data, offering more than 400 million data points from the world's largest platforms. Apple upset the apple cart. Streamlytics rights it. There are now more than 1 billion iPhones in use worldwide, and 1.65 billion Apple devices in total. Until recently, Apple software allowed for recording a user's activity across websites and apps unless the user knew how to disable the process in settings. The resulting data was extremely valuable to brands and advertisers for targeted marketing. Currently, no federal data privacy laws exist, so companies and states are finally taking it upon themselves to protect users after decades of abuse. With Apple's iOS 14.5 released in April, users can stiff-arm third parties with a simple tap to disallow tracking. The days of third-party cookies, which are little packets of data that allow websites and apps to remember information about users' visits, are becoming relics among us, owing to privacy concerns and regulatory changes. Instead, brands now must learn to employ a first-party data strategy. First-party data is exactly like it sounds. Information collected directly from customers by brands for analyzation to personalize experiences and drive new customers and sales. Streamlytics, a privately held company, is a new type of data broker partner that focuses on working with consumers with an emphasis on small and wide data, initially in the African American demographic, comprised of almost 47 million people in the United States and one of the largest diasporas in the country. The company's value is undergirded by patent-pending technology that unifies disparate data and innovation in first-party data. Streamlytics extracts added insights from smaller datasets using advanced processes to enhance training data that can be used with artificial intelligence, AI, to help it work more efficiently. The company's wide data analytics involve analyzing different degrees of data sources, both structured and unstructured. The largest first-party data provider of African American data, Streamlytics, has gathered more than 400 million data points from the world's largest platforms, including Amazon, Netflix, Google, Uber, and Apple TV+. The month-over-month growth for data points is an impressive 123% from June 2020 to June 2021, or 2,900% during the 12 months. Analysts at Gartner see small and wide data as the future because of its superior 360-degree view of market trends. Gartner predicts that 70% of organizations will switch to small and wide data by 2025. In part because of hyper-personalization and customer experience improvement. Streamlytics is focused on leveraging changing markets and economics, positioning itself with a strong solution to capture market share. Culture drives value. Streamlytics is leading a new category of data company called community-driven data. Benefits of this approach abound, including fostering inclusion at the societal level and representation from a branding purview. The company prides itself on data density rather than data measurement, meaning that the quality of the data outweighs quantity. Streamlytics' flagship product is a consumer-faced data acquisition app called Culture. Culture aligns perfectly with consumer demand to control private data rather than be relentlessly tracked and exploited for free. Instead, Culture allows African American consumers to own their private information through a data license. With Culture, consumers are giving a choice and a voice like never before. The consumer can put a quantitative price to their data via Streamlytics' proprietary data value algorithm if they choose to sell their data. Through this model of paying consumers for their data, Streamlytics collects a comprehensive set of consumer demographic and consented data. Competitors' marketplace solutions are far less robust, giving Streamlytics a competitive edge. And revenue. Streamlytics is entrenched in precisely culling and organizing data to help its customers see blind spots left by today's technology. These voids span not only marketing and customer acquisition, but also competitive intelligence, corporate strategy, branding, and more to optimize various areas of operations. The model is circular, in so much that data consent and data feed API integration both drive cash flow. The platform has already attracted Tier 1 clients from CPG, wireless, automotive, and apparel industries, a true testament to the scalability of the application of the DataStream product. The Miami-based company offers a standard data feed to brands for $250,000 per year that is used for more precise execution in programmatic advertising, saving customers money and increasing revenue. The standard feed contains over 30 million data points that customers leverage as seed data. Data equity is critical in machine learning to accurately reflect changing demographics. Streamlytics also offers custom data streams starting at $1.5 million annually, where clients can utilize 400+ million data points to not only boost revenue, but to refine marketing, innovate in product, and increase artificial intelligence accuracy. Expansion time. Streamlytics is ahead of the curve in the changing landscape of data. Its data partners are actual humans that consent to data collection, at which point Streamlytics runs it through an extensive data processing system that cleans and enhances it. The data comes from upper echelon providers. For instance, video streaming viewership comes from places such as Amazon and YouTube, location data from Google Maps, audio streaming from Spotify and Audible, cross-device engagement data comes from smart speakers and TVs, gender and age data are provided at registration, and purchasing data is collected from Amazon. The platform is designed for scalability, as evidenced by the accelerated data point expansion. As Streamlytics continues to build out its culture product for the African American community, it is planning its growth strategy. The next market on tap is the Latinx community, which account for about 18.5% of the US population, or about 60.6 million people. Security, a top priority for all. Changes to consumer privacy among large technology companies are happening on a global scale. It's not an option. It's the next evolution in technology happening right now. As demonstrated below, protecting consumers comes in a lot of varieties, as companies do their best across multiple verticals in a constantly changing digital climate. Palantir Technologies Inc., Class A PLTR on New York Stock Exchange, is a global stalwart in building and deploying operating systems for the modern enterprise that call companies and governments around the world as clients in helping grow revenue 49% during Q1 to $341 million. Palantir is even working with the US government on COVID-19 vaccine distribution to provide its software platform that enables organizations to improve their data-driven decision-making process by integrating disparate data sources in a single common operating picture. Snowflake Inc., Class A, SNOW, S-N-O-W, on New York Stock Exchange. The data cloud company, in July, launched support for its Unified ID 2.0 to help organizations easily enrich audience data without sharing consumers' personally identifiable information, PII. With Unified ID 2.0 support, Snowflake customers will be able to optimize their data-first advertising strategies by directly activating audiences on any platform that has adopted Unified ID 2.0 using Snowflake's secure data sharing technology. Oracle Corporation, ORCL on New York Stock Exchange, offers unique safety initiatives of its own. In addition to launching a blockchain platform cloud service in 2018, the company is also a steward for preventing wasted advertising budgets that support sites that spread misinformation. This month, Oracle partnered with the Global Disinformation Index, an independent non-profit that provides trusted, non-partisan ratings to assess a site's disinformation risk, to help marketers safeguard ad spend and protect brands from inadvertently supporting disinformation sites. Salesforce.com Inc., CRM on New York Stock Exchange, is a global marshal committed to ensuring data protection for all. The company proved this yet again, earlier this year, by adopting the newly approved Cloud Code of Conduct by the European Union. By certifying to the first-of-its-kind code, cloud service providers demonstrate their dedication to compliance with the EU's General Data Protection Regulation that was implemented in 2018. Microsoft Corporation, Nasdaq ticker symbol MSFT, being the computing and software juggernaut it is, entered the community-driven data market with its Trove Microsoft Garage project. In addition, the project connects AI developers to unbiased quality niche data and empowers engineers to purchase submissions that meet their standards at costs they control, while respecting the rights and privacy of photo submitters. Since its launch, the project has helped collect more than 25,000 photos for character recognition, object recognition, and visual search. Most recently, the company released an updated interface that features fewer fees for developers, additional transparency, and control for those providing photos, and a sleeker, simpler UI for all. In this ever-digital world, people are more and more skeptical about personal data security than ever before. Furthermore, they know the value of this data and understand that it is sold around the world for billions of dollars every year. Increasingly, consumers want control of this data, and the combination of these forces is triggering the next wave of innovation in high tech to meet the diverse demands.
This audio press release is an original broadcast provided by Investor Brand Network, a multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers a new generation of corporate communication solutions, including news aggregation and syndication, social communication, and brand awareness tools. Investor Brand Network may receive payments for the services and solutions provided to its client partners. You should assume that the owners, officers, and directors of Investor Brand Network or financial analysts mentioned in this audio production may hold a position in and may intend to trade the securities on their own accounts. This audio production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities mentioned in this audio production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the companies thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This audio production by Investor Brand Network is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by Investor Brand Network as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please see our full disclaimers and disclosures at investorbrandnetwork.com.